Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Self, where we chat all about real-life experiences with real women as guest experts and real-life solutions to common and not so common struggles that all of us women have, all while keeping it simple. In this podcast, we will be chatting all about hormones and how it relates to everything in women's health: mind, body, soul, fitness, nutrition, relationships, sexual health, and our overall well-being. This really is for the everyday woman, for informing, for community, for inspiration, for uplifting and encouraging messages in all of life's circumstances, from A to Z. This is real, raw, and unapologetic talk about what once was taboo and is sensitive to talk about, but I'm going there. And I hope you find yourself and solutions in this journey with me, where my motto is happy mind, happy body, happy hormones, happy life, and to simply be happy. If you like what you hear and want to work with me, go to thehappyhormonescoach.com and send me a message. Now, let's dive into it. Sit back, relax, grab some tea or coffee, and listen in with me. Hey, my fellow hormone hotties. Welcome back to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Self. I'm so excited to be starting the new series on frequently asked questions, women's sex hormones. There's lots to discuss and tons that I can't cover in just one episode, but we will talk about what we need to know and cover the basics. The purpose of these series on frequently asked questions is because I know there's lots of misconceptions around hormones and especially lack of knowledge and understanding. So, before I go further in this podcast, I truly want to cover the basics of hormones and why it should matter to you so that there's no confusion and it's just overall needful and fun. Yes, fun to know and understand. Ladies, our bodies are our temple and we need to be advocates for our own health. And in saying this, what goes on inside our bodies and mine is important and we should want to understand it so we can work with our hormones and our bodies to do what it needs to do best. Again, there's lots to cover, so let's get started. Progesterone. Actually, I have fun with this one. Yes, I definitely said fun. Going through my journey of being in infertility, and I say it like that because some women are in it or are going through it, but it doesn't mean it's the end. We're simply in it at that season. So I say infertility. I'm going to share some background information with you about what I've done to track my hormones, including progesterone. So I have the Mira app wands and device, and I monitor to test my LH and E3G, or a form of estrogen. But they just released their new progesterone wands, so you can also test that as well, which I'm super excited about. But also, before they released the progesterone wands that you can pre-order now, I have been using the proof strip to test for progesterone, and it shows when we test for it if we truly did ovulate, and it shows our levels if we were to conceive, if it stays raised, or if not, it goes down, and so on. So like I said, I'm a researcher at heart, and I love knowing what's going on with my body and hormones. Even though currently I'm not trying to conceive, I still test. There's more on the market I'm looking into that I'm going to definitely try and test, and I'll share my research and experience on each of them for y'all in a future episode, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, I love progesterone, and here's why. It's important for regulating our menstrual cycle, and in pregnancy especially, and very critically important in early pregnancy. And to have a healthy, normal cycle, progesterone plays a huge part, as well as all our other hormones that we've talked about and many more that we will talk about. But men also have progesterone that plays a role in their prostate and sperm health. And now in women, its function also is for sexual health, your mood, brain health. It suppresses estrogen after ovulation, prepares the lining of the uterus for pregnancy, and of course, it supports pregnancy. And that's why it's important for our levels to stay up after ovulation and throughout the early stages of pregnancy. Progesterone is made in the ovaries, where it is produced after ovulation. So if there is no fertilization of the womb, then the progesterone decreases because the corpus luteum, which helps control progesterone, breaks away from the lining and menstruation or your period occurs. Okay, so there's some biology for you. So what happens if you have too much? Well, high levels put women at risk of breast cancer, or it can be associated with it, according to some studies. It's also used in hormone replacement therapy to help with the symptoms of menopause. Although I do want to put a plug in, personally, I'm not advocating for that one on this episode. And we will talk more about menopause symptoms and things you can do naturally, and also hormone replacement therapy on a future episode. So stay tuned for that. And if your progesterone is too low, then it can cause heavy menstrual bleeding or irregularities like spotting before or after your cycle. It may also be the cause of no ovulation for some women, even for polycystic ovarian disease, things like that. It can also cause weight gain, hot flashes, or other menopause symptoms, fertility issues, and mood issues like anxiety and depression. So what are some simple natural ways that you can start boosting it today? You know, I always start with nutrition, so here it goes. Fiber, fiber, fiber. It also helps reduce the estrogen dominance so the progesterone can do what it does best. Fiber is just beneficial for you in so many ways that I truly, honestly, fiber is so needful. Not to mention colon health, your digestion. It's good for your microbiome. You know, your immune system starts in your gut. And so that's really where actually your immune system is in your gut. And so we have to take care of it. And fiber is just super helpful for all of it. So yes, I love fiber. Vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, and some foods like spinach, sunflower seeds, oats, pumpkin seeds, lean meats, and even lean beef, kale, dark chocolate, nuts and seeds are some ways to boost it naturally. And I will say this, so this is very important. Depending on your cycle phase, please be careful what seeds you are taking. This is what I coach my clients on and what I do in my own life through cycle syncing. And I'll definitely have an episode on that as well because it's vital to balancing hormones naturally. I love it, and I know so many other women it has helped. So I will definitely be doing an episode on that. And also some other ways that you can boost it naturally. Chaste tea berry or Vitex. Maca and ashwagandha are some supplements known to help. However, I do have to say, with any supplement, always check with your practitioner if you are on any medication or other supplements, as it can have some interactions. So it's better just to always check. Now, personally, I use ashwagandha. It's an adaptogenic herb that works with our body's chemistry. You could take it to help you at night for relaxation, or for good sleep, or in the morning for that extra boost of energy. It also helps in reducing stress, which is what I'm going to bring up next. So, here's the last thing. Reduce or eliminate stress, if at all possible. Now, I know there's some eye rolls in the audience. It's easier said than done. I totally get it. But that's why I said, if at all possible. Now, I know some stress is good for us. And there is definitely some healthy, good, needful stress. And it keeps us alive. And we'll dive into that in a future episode on stress. But stress like over-exercising and under-eating, mental stress, things like that, things that are in a negative with our body and not positive stress to our body, that is what we kind of want to narrow down and eliminate or reduce if at all possible. So journal. Gratitude also helps, and taking care of yourself each day, even if it's in small doses, that definitely helps. Every small thing adds up. So that's very important. I hope you enjoyed this episode, so stay tuned for this Friday's live coaching bonus episode and our regular scheduled Wednesdays episodes. Don't forget to subscribe and share. It would mean the world to me to get these messages out to women who may need it. Until next time. Hey, before you leave, I wanted to remind you of the 90-day program I have for you to get back to basics and experience what a normal period should feel like. It's called Simply Feeling Good Period because it doesn't have to be complicated, but does require working together to help get you there. If interested, go to thehappyhormonescoach.com or WhatsApp me or even text me at 541-647-2929. I look forward to hearing from you. Hey, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I loved making it. Remember to subscribe. Oh, and sharing is caring. So if you know that woman who could benefit from this, please share and leave a review. It would mean the world to me to get this message out and start changing women's lives like never before. Interested in how you can work with me directly? Go to thehappyhormonescoach.com and send me a message. I can't wait to hear from you. As always, be simply happy and have a happy mind, happy body, happy hormones, and happy life.